Welcome to Really Important Thinking with Dr. Chris Chismore, hosted by Tom and Griffin.
We are your hosts, Tom and Griffin.
Unfortunately, our illustrious friend, Dr. Chris Chismore, is away on his important research and unable to host the podcast this week.
But fear not, dear listener, because he has left us in charge, and we are going to try to do a really good job of a podcast.
This week, Dr. Chismore has asked us to talk about
Caves.
Caves.
Nice.
Because it's kind of a hollow.
It's kind of echoing in there.
It's a cavern in there.
It's a cavern in there. Okay, I'm seated. My headphones are on where I want them. I'm surrounded by about 40 pillows. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I got some sleep last night. It doesn't smell like cat piss in here, and I'm ready to do a podcast.
All right, then we have a quorum.
We have our quorum.
We forgot to check if we had a quorum last week.
Yeah. I think we've got a quorum. I mean, our YouTube views have gone up slightly, which is great. So that means we've got quorum.
I know. Let's just start saying they've gone up massively. Let's just get that going in the atmosphere, and it'll become true. Oh, here comes this guy.
Yeah,
this guy does work on the building, and he's a Trump Scientologist.
Griffin is looking out the window, describing a man walking. by.
Oh yeah, here he is. He's looking around.
Oh, he looks like
he could be a Trump Scientologist.
He might hear us. I don't know if he can hear us. I don't know if the windows are open. But he is. I wish I could turn the camera and show you this man. He is a Trump supporting Scientologist. If you ever were wondering like if that kind of person exists. Me, okay, I can talk now. I guess I assumed Scientologists were all like, wingnut libs in some way. This guy's a full MAGA miscabbage head.
If you ever wonder what the top level of illumination is.
Illumination.
Yeah, when really important thinking becomes too much of a stupid podcast for you. When you say, "Oh, I've listened to so much, I've already gained my knowledge," then you become that guy.
Right.
You ascend to the top of.
You become involved in two cults when one cult isn't enough for you. Because your brain is just functioning at such a higher level, you can consume more than one orthodoxy.
Yeah. Well, I also know a couple Trump Scientologists.
What the hell?
I think I told you the story. I'm not going to dox too much, but I was at my in-laws and
oh no,
this is like 2 Thanksgivings ago.
They're Trump Scientologists.
And no. And my in-laws were like, "Hey, there are some people that want to meet you guys. They grew up in LA. And we'll have them over."
Yes, you did tell me.
And then they turned out to be Scientologists, and we looked them up. We Googled them afterwards, and they had given like $50 to $70 million to.
And didn't she say multiple times like like we've gone out on the boat or we have a boat or something? She mentioned the Sea Org.
The man mentioned Sea Org.
Yeah.
The husband, the patriarch of the couple was like, "Oh yeah, we have a boat. Our religion has a boat, and she's been out on it."
Yeah, that's what she's been on it a bunch of times. I just remember because you told me that, and then my immediate thought was this: imagining who this woman is, just standing over, slaves, cleaning the boat under her boot heel.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's like, "You missed a spot."
Yeah, exactly. I thought it would be crazy to meet someone who was working on the boat, but it's even crazier to meet someone who was abusing the people on the boat.
It's like for sure high up and like a guest on.
Yeah.
Or maybe she was being abused on the boat, but she's still in. She's still in the cult. Maybe when he was like, she's been on the boat a number of times, it could have been like, yeah, they love having her out there. They can make her do whatever.
Yeah, that's true. She didn't seem like the kind who's doing a lot of work.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. She's probably a Scientology executive.
Yeah, she's kicking back with the David Miscavige. She's probably met the guy. And in fact, I know that she's met the guy.
Oh my freaking God. Watching my language. There's one right next to us. He's right next to us again, just outside of the window.
Yeah, and then afterwards,
that's crazy.
My father-in-law kind of lost his shit on my mother-in-law.
Because he said, "Why did you invite these people into my life?"
Yeah, but he didn't know they were Scientologists either. We were like lightly ribbing them about it, being like, "This was crazy. You guys didn't know." And my mother-in-law was like, "Well, like they said they were members of the church, but I guess I never pressed them of what church they were on. I knew they were active in the church." And
this is Jordan's parents.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess there's not that, but yeah. But
you said your in-laws.
Yeah, my in-laws.
I'm just judging this based I don't know Jordan's mother that well, but hearing her say that sounds like kind of a Jordan esque
Yes.
thing. You know, I didn't press him to find out, like, you know, behind
Like mother, like daughter.
just behind the curtain, they're quite high up in a notorious cult.
Yeah. But then, my father-in-law, may he rest in peace, now was like, you know, it was like, I can't believe you did. Like, we can't hang out with them anymore. And we were like, yeah, that's probably a good idea to like distance yourselves a little bit from these people. And they, like,
in one way, I'm so
she was
curious.
like, but she's so nice, and I need friends around here. And we were like, okay.
Oh, careful. Well, now I'd be really careful. You know, that they're maybe trying to swoop in.
You know, I think we're all right. I think we're getting a little too into the.
So sorry, we're doxing
personal.
We're doxing your personal
into my personal life.
Sorry.
And my dear mother-in-law, who has experienced a lot.
Yes.
So
I'm just hoping she doesn't experience more via the Scientologists.
I don't think she will. She's aware. We've been vocal about our concerns, and I think she understands.
Part of me is, for me, I think I might, in that situation, I would be like, first off, incensed, and then like, we got to get these fuckers out of here. And then on second thought, I think I'd be like, I got to be as empathetic as I can to these poor, lost human beings. This is the only chance you have of extracting them from such a hellscape of an organization is by being their friend and, I don't know, offering some alternative view slowly and subtly over many years.
Buddy, these people ain't getting out.
Some of these people are getting out. They get out all the time.
These people aren't getting out. They are in, and like, if I was them, I would just stay in. I honestly would. Because
you're so far in, if to get out, you cause massive, cognitive damage.
I'm retired. I have a net worth of what is likely $100 million because I've given away 50 of that to the Church of Scientology. I'm not changing my opinions.
Yeah.
I'm 70, 80 years old.
I don't know. It'd make a cool story. 78-year-old millionaire disavows the Church of Scientology.
Yeah, and everybody would be like, go get fucked.
Well, I think we'd be quite happy for him, Tom.
I don't know. I think everyone would not have much sympathy for someone who has $100 million is like, I just left the Church of Scientology after funding its...
I think people are happy for anybody leaving a cult, no
That's
matter
true.
who, even if they were bad.
Except the cult of really important thinkers.
Right. Which is a cult of maybe the first cult of dual personality.
Okay, well, now everyone's got a good glimpse into my real personal life.
Go on.
Which is kind of why you listen to podcasts anyway.
And our views on Scientology. So thus scuttling our careers in Hollywood entirely.
Yeah. Yeah,
there it goes. We're deeper into the podcasts now.
Yeah,
because the church, of course, controls. I don't know, Hollywood.
I think I kind of scuttled my career in Hollywood when I was born to a limestone farmer instead of a nice big fat director. That's when my career in Hollywood was scuttled.
Describing yourself as coming from a lineage of limestone farmers is really getting me.
Yeah, well, and that is a great, I guess, segue into our topic, but we do have to...
Oh, right. You're trying to segue, but now you're realizing you can't segue?
Yeah, but then now we realize we got to talk about where Chris is.
Segue, and then we'll figure it out.
Okay, so we're segueing into our topic of caves.
Incredible
caves, the biggest natural voids we have.
Other than the spaces between each and every individual human being.
That's poetic.
Until they let love into their heart.
A poetic way to start the pod.
Via a beautiful 7-tiered program called Scientology. Chris, this week, of course, is not with us. Dr. Chris Chismore, host of this podcast. He is away on his very important research. This week, he is actually, I should have looked up exactly where this is, but he's I believe in Spain, in the Sagrada Familia.
Okay.
Do you know about this?
No idea.
It's a massive, it's taken like 200 something years to build this like crazy church in Spain.
Okay.
That it like started by like an architect madman and then put on pause for like decades and decades, maybe centuries. And I think they just recently started trying to finish it, and then it caught on fire, and it's quite a story.
In Barcelona?
Yeah, it's in Barcelona, I believe. But he has made himself a load-bearing pillar at Sagrada Familia. He wants to
Just really make sure he understands structural engineering this week.
Okay.
So he thought no better way to do it than to make myself an integral part of one of the most important architectural feats.
That's a very heterodox way of thinking. It's kind of like the method acting of architects or engineers.
Yeah.
In order to understand load-bearing structures, I must become a load-bearing structure.
Exactly.
Hey, and buddy, as a recent parent, I feel like a load-bearing structure.
You are. You're that little girl's everything.
Yeah, that's the most important part about being a parent is constantly telling other people how much work you're doing and how much of a load you're bearing.
Right.
And, you know,
and letting them know that she's beautiful and she's a star.
Beautiful and I love it
She's
and I don't
shining-
regret it a second. I don't ever regret it a second.
The moment you saw her, it changed something in you so deeply.
And then I look at other people and I say, if you're not a parent, man, you just don't understand.
Yeah, this is awesome.
You're just not going to understand.
Yep.
You'll never understand.
I didn't even ask this. This is. Did you have that feeling when she was born? Did you
what?
Of like instantaneous like galaxy brain father mode?
I think witnessing a birth kind of does give it to you in a weird way. Of you're like, oh, whoa, yeah. I guess all the cliche stuff people say about like parenthood or whatever becomes more real. But yeah, I mean, I guess like your priorities do start to shift a little bit where you're like, oh, the stuff that used to, when I used to worry about, you know, making sure I, you know, was posting all the time on social media. Now I don't worry about that as much. Like that's true because you're just kind of like, all right, well, okay,
great.
I don't need to be that good at my job. I don't need to be good at that good at all this other stuff. I should be better at making sure this this person that I willed into the world that can't take care of itself has a good life. I think that is true, but I also like, you know, sometimes you're just like, whoa. Sometimes you're just like, what did I do?
Hold on. The key takeaways are witnessing, as you said, a birth. So any birth kind of does it for you.
I think your wife or your partner giving birth or someone where you're like, I have to take care of that.
I think what was tickling me was that it took the birth of your daughter to highlight for you how unimportant social media is.
I mean, it's not like that. I never like thought it was important, but you're just like, oh, I worry. You know, I'm like, oh, what am I doing comedically this week? And now I'm just like,
something. It'll happen.
I'm something will get out.
I'm doing other stuff.
I'm trying to make sure I get through the day.
Yes.
And you're like, you know, you stop worrying about more superficial things that people in LA worry about. Okay. And that is helpful.
That's good.
But yeah, I mean, I'm only a month in, so maybe once I witness more life events.
Okay. There's like the cliche is like, you know, the moment I saw my daughter born, some magical thing happens inside of your brain or child.
I think people tell themselves that later on.
Gotcha.
I think it's weird.
Wow.
I don't think maybe this is a personal, like experience. It's different for everybody, but to me, there's not much that's truly like shifted everything I've known about life in an instant.
Got it.
You know?
Yeah. That's kind of how they sell it to you.
Yeah.
Everything you knew about life shifted 1 inch in an instant.
Yeah. And it's more of like an, oh crap, now I got something else that I got to take care of. And that's got to be the priority.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
glad we covered
what
that.
It's like.
And now segue us back to caves, Tom. Let's see. Can you do it?
I segued us once. We're now in load-bearing structure. We got really personal once again.
What about this? Perhaps the first child was born in a cave.
Yeah, that's true. That's
because here's my phrase for the episode is well, I gotta look at it, but it's caves. From them we came, and to them we shall return. Caves.
That's beautiful.
That's maybe my cave bumper sticker.
Yeah, caves. From them we come, and to them we shall return.
Psychotic.
Well, that does kind of kick off my first optimization for caves. I'm like, with the planet warming up,
right?
Perhaps we retreat into the cave,
which is, as far as we know, a hoax.
Yes. The hoax of global warming. If things happen to get warm, if things are just a little bit warm, if things just happen to get warmer in 5, 10, 50 years,
sure.
Caves are always cool. Okay.
Well, they're quite sensitive.
I'm sitting here inside my cave being like, hey, if global warming is real, how come I'm freezing my ass off in my cave?
In the bottom of this cave.
Yeah. How come this water's so cold 150 feet down in this cave?
Where I live.
With my other troglodytes. With my troglodyte family.
And trilobites.
Trilobites, yeah.
As well.
Trilophiles.
This was one of my first thoughts was when thinking about this subject was that caves, first off, do they need optimization? Because what are caves but if not the most optimized home? They're God's home to people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
They're optimized in a natural sense.
They're ready to go. You could make it into a house, at least the mouth of a cave, pretty good.
Yeah, I think a lot of caves are optimized in a sense in that they filled themselves with a plethora of minerals.
Lots of minerals, which we need, we love,
and interesting geologic features.
Very few spices.
However, yeah,
that might be an optimal place for growth in caves. Is let's get some spices growing in there.
I agree. There's nothing else. They give nothing but shelter and a temperate environment. So they're optimized in that sense, but there are a lot of other creature comforts.
Do you think the humankind couldn't have been birthed without the cave? Some of the earliest evidence of human existence is in caves. If it hadn't been for those caves, where would we be today?
Yeah, I do think it's interesting when considering the cave.
And what are we doing today but considering the cave?
When considering the cave, something that comes out about our human nature is that it sucks to be outside. As glorious as all of landscape that you're in, as beautiful an environment, you kind of want to get away from it all at a point.
You can only take it for so long.
Because the elements come in, and caves have always shielded us from the elements.
Yes, exposure is something humans can die from. Caves, the immediate first antidote to exposure.
Yes.
Though I guess you could die of exposure in a cave, a different type. What was that?
That is your
the Scientologist
neighbor
dropped something.
Dropping something outside.
If you heard something, that was a Scientologist ghost thumping the day.
But yeah, I think that caves, they provide their retreat. They provide a shelter from the storm, shelter from sunlight, shelter from the heat. A lot of when I was a kid, one of the most important facts I learned about caves is that they're pretty much the same temperature year round. And they're always a lot of them are a very nice temperature year round. They're like, this cave, it's always going to be about 63 degrees year round.
I did not know that. This is something I long suspected, but it's good to have it confirmed. Because it seems all throughout my life, I've gone in many caves.
Yeah.
One cave in particular. And they always seem about, chilly, but not, unbearably.
Yes, exactly.
So.
They're never too hot and never too cold.
Wow.
Unless we're talking about ice caves. But I think that is separate from... We're talking mainly about karst caves. Now, a karst cave... a karst cave is a cave that's formed...
karst with a K.
Karst with a K, natural void formed by limestone, predominantly limestone, being eroded by acidic minerals and groundwater.
And what I was seeing, it's erosion and groundwater.
Yes.
Or plate tectonics, or some caves, maybe not limestone caves, I don't know, formed by chemical reaction.
Crazy.
Shrugging my shoulders, don't know how that goes down.
Yeah,
that's kind of neat. There's different types of caves.
To answer, only for us to ask the questions.
We're just here
podcasters
to explore and raise hypotheticals. Some of them, potentially dangerous hypotheticals, and then leave it there. That's our job as podcasters.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. So yes, we're talking about karst caves formed by...
Tom's looking at his speech. Tom lost his place in his
and ground in limestone.
That's crazy.
But you should know a lot about caves because you come from a cave family.
Listen, man, don't just because I doxed your personal family life doesn't mean you got to get me to do it with mine.
But you gotta.
Yeah. So I've been in. I had maybe it was my 12th birthday. I don't know which birthday it was. I used to have a birthday party at a cave.
Okay.
Somebody in my family, several somebodies in my family, had a cave in Tennessee called Wonder Cave, in under Monteagle Mountain, just outside of Monteagle. And it's no longer. It's what's called a show cave.
Okay.
They're caves that people like to go explore and spelunk, which I've discovered is a bad word. If you're a caver, cavers are what they like to be called if they're good at it. Spelunker. This is from Wikipedia. One of the in demonstrating this or trying to explain this, there was like a sentiment expressed on bumper stickers and T-shirts owned by cavers say something along the lines of "Cavers save spelunkers" or something. What the? It's like,
hey, here's my bumper sticker. Come for me, woke mob. You'll always be spelunkers to me. That's my bumper sticker.
We've got a lot of bumper stickers flying around this episode.
I don't care what you want to be called nowadays. In my country, you're a spelunker.
You're a spelunker. Hey, caver, get fucked. You're a spelunker, bro. Spelunker sounds cool.
Yeah.
Caver sounds like first thought, worst thought.
Yeah, it's too literal.
Yeah, dumb. Anyways, it was a show cave called Wonder Cave.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to have family reunions there. I remember that as a kid. We used to, and I was just obsessed with Wonder Cave. I mean, it was the coolest thing to have access to as a little kid. And reading about caves here today really reignited that kind of childlike wonder. Caves are incredible. They're awesome. They're one of the coolest things. They're a little bit treacherous and freaky if you're like, claustrophobic and, they don't have any light or whatever. But they're so cool. That was one of the best things ever, was to get to go and explore the cave, go on the guided tour. My aunt would, who like operated it, would give, and I'd try to help out. But there's like this cool entrance. It's all caved in now. It's kind of run derelict. But if you search Wonder Cave, if you go to just Tennessee, Pelham, Tennessee, and search Wonder Cave, you'll find Wonder Cave Road, and you'll see a weird little U-shaped like turnaround on Google Maps, and you can drop your little guy down there, and you'll see the A-frame building that was the visitor center of the cave, and off behind that, I don't think you can see this on Google Maps, is the cave itself. That it's at a creek, and the entrance was like this cool stone structure that's been caving in, but that used to be where you'd go and get your gas lamps and like pump them up, make sure they're filled with kerosene and light them. I still remember the smell and the sound of like those old kerosene lamps, and you'd go into the cave and there's all these rooms. I never saw all of it. She probably saw it. My dad probably saw a lot of it. I feel like my dad and cousins when I was little went like kayaking through it. There was a room called
a big cave.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the like under the hills of Tennessee. This is famously like riddled with caves and like interlinking cave networks.
Lousy with caves.
Absolutely lousy with caves.
Tennessee, lousy with caves.
Yeah, they're thinking about putting that on their new quarter. They're doing the quarters again.
We're
doing the quarters again.
Honey, they're doing the quarters again, and Tennessee's is lousy with caves.
Tennessee's is come on in. We're lousy with caves.
God, I remember my dad when they came out when they did the quarters the first time. He immediately bought a thing where you could shove the quarters into each state, and was like, if we do this is going to be worth a lot of money one day.
Yeah. I think my grandma got me and my brother, maybe my sister. I don't know when this happened, but got those, and we were like, I remember thinking I'm going to collect them all. There was so many I probably never saw.
I think they stopped after a while.
Let this be a lesson to you. I mean, you know who else stopped? Sufjan Stevens. He thought he was going to do a little something for every state as well.
Oh yeah.
I think there's something. Maybe we should explore this in another episode. There's something going on with the states. There's the curse of the states.
Yeah, you gotta. I think
Tom's exhausted at the idea.
I think people's feet should be held to the fire a little bit more in those moments. You can't, as an artist, say I'm going to do something on all 50 states
and do two.
Anyway,
I think you're right. I think this nation will heal if we can force Sufjan Stevens to make the other 48 albums. Because this is. I feel like. Music culture. That was a great decade or two of kind of interesting indie rock music, and there was hope in America. It's probably the middle of the Iraq War. Now I'm thinking about it. One of your favorite things.
Post-Iraq War.
I think it was right in the middle. Either way, I think we'll start healing.
Yeah.
If Sufjan, just give us even one more. What's going on, man?
Well, Yeah.
If anybody knows what's going on, Sufjan Stevens, if you can get him on the podcast, let us know.
So the cave, kerosene.
Oh, yeah. There was a room called the Pyramid Room I never saw. There was a massive pyramid-shaped room that I just heard of. Mm-hmm. It was just like every aspect of it was like a legendary, mythic level thing that like existed to me as a child.
That's kind of the caves always have an allure, and you can never see. That's every single cave I've been in. They've been like, and this isn't even the full cave.
You can't see the whole thing. It's kind of crazy to walk through. You'll get lost. It's dangerous. There were multiple like bottomless pits. That scares the fuck out of you as a child. It's like staring over something and having, somebody who's your, blood relative chaperone being like, that goes down forever.
Yeah.
It's a crazy concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, she got lost in there one time. My aunt got lost in there. Her lantern went out and she just had to like wander around until she felt, I think, air moving and then found the exit or something. It's a cool thing. I wish I could go back, but it's a bit shuttered.
That's terrifying.
Yes.
I can think as someone who is incredibly claustrophobic, I cannot think of a more terrifying death than stuck in a cave.
Likewise. Every now and then on Reddit will feed me like, here's somebody and you can just see the balls of their feet as they force themselves through a crevice. What kind of dumbass do you got to be to do that level of caving?
Yeah. Two things I fear in my life: men not being believed, getting stuck in a cave.
Yep.
Those are my two biggest fears.
Caves. Would you say caves are the reverse mountains?
They are, they are kind of the reverse mountains because they're the inverse. They're the yin or the yang to the.
Yes, I don't know which one, but
yin.
Yes. Well, they're in mountains. They're under mountains. They're around mountains. They require mountains.
And all the real fucking
language.
Taoist or Zen heads are saying yin and yang is supposed to be two different sides of the mountain.
Oh,
and here I am.
Well, these are two different sides of the mountain.
The outside of the mountain, the inside of the mountain.
Yes,
the cave,
the inner husk, or
the cave,
the inner cave,
the inner shell.
The inner shell. That's what I was looking for.
Exactly. So, but I'd say caves are in a way the inverse mountains, which could be a good episode title.
Yeah, if you're like walking through life and you're like having a tough time to remembering like what's a cave, like just remember to yourself quickly like, oh, it's an inverse mountain, and you're like, now you got to picture what a cave is.
If you are a citizen soldier who listens to really important thinking on public transit or in a public place, I want you to turn to the person next to you and just state out loud, caves are the inverse mountains.
Caves are the inverse mountains.
And say nothing else. Just like in church, you would turn to the person next to you and say, good morning.
Good morning.
Or good morning, peace be with you, yeah.
No one's saying good morning. I guess
I
they're
say
saying
good morning. I guess they say greet. That was my favorite part of church. When
was
they
good morning?
Greet somebody.
Oh, we didn't do
the person
that.
behind you.
I don't think the Catholics are doing greet somebody.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Well, I think they just assume we're all adults and we're doing that. You don't need to be told by a guy in an outfit to shake someone's hand.
The Catholics don't
Fucking
want to be
moron.
told something by a guy in an
Fucking
outfit.
moron.
Okay, yeah. The Catholics are definitely the one who aren't going to listen to a guy in an outfit. Yeah.
Wow. Religion, mountains, caves.
All right.
Bumper stickers. That's the episode.
So your family owned a cave, which is pretty crazy.
Still does. Still, somebody in there does. I think there's a bit of a dispute as to who's in charge of it.
Within your family or
Yes.
just with the local government?
No, within the fam.
Caves seem to be, from the research I did about caves, it seems to be like if you find a cave, you keep the cave.
I bet that was true a long time ago.
Like there are enough caves in the world where someone's like, I found a new cave. And they're like, okay, cool. You deal with it, man.
What if it's on my property and I'm kind of doing something else? I'm operating my petting zoo, and then somebody comes and finds a cave. They get the cave on my petting zoo property?
I think they might.
Holy shit.
I think they could. I don't know. I don't know the legality of like who owns the cave, but in general, you find a cave and people are like, cool, man, why don't you take care of that?
This could be a great way to expand your real estate empire. Start by finding some caves, because there are still. It's one of the last places left unexplored on Earth. There are who knows how many, they call them virgin caves, unexplored, fully unentered by at least by modern humans.
So wonderful optimization is, instead of flipping a house, how about you start flipping a cave?
Flip a cave.
Earth has already done the building for you.
Exactly.
So that keeps your overhead low. All you have to do is put some lights in there. You don't need HVAC.
Nope.
No.
Well, you might need a couple holes in the roof to kind of like get some airflow going.
Yeah, maybe invest some money into plumbing, because that is another way you could optimize caves. Is you're not supposed to pee or shit in caves.
Yeah, they're quite sensitive.
Quite sensitive, can kill a lot of local cave species. But if you could flip a cave, you make a lot of money.
Oh yeah, that's. I mean, that's not only you're not even flipping. That's fully no one else has made that a property yet. No one. You're not flipping a new property. Or a property. You're creating a new one. That's pure profit. I was trying to think of ways to make caves less sensitive. They seem so sensitive, and I kind of couldn't come up with anything. Because to do so, you maybe ruin what's so magical about the biome of a cave. You know, the little animals and critters and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Do you know about this? That there are some, not even some. It's apparently common for caves to have species that live in them that are local only to that cave. There's an Alabama cave shrimp. Do you know about this?
Yeah,
The Alabama cave shrimp?
I
I
have
knew
that
you did.
written down.
I knew you had it written down.
You and I were gonna find the Alabama cave shrimp, but go ahead and.
I mean, I want to go find one. What I want to do is eat one.
Yeah, well, you know what the number one predator of the Alabama cave shrimp is?
Griffin Winslers.
My cousin Cooter.
God damn it.
You walked right into that one. Hey, I don't care who you are. That's funny right there.
God damn it. Sheesh.
Damn, but
Yeah.
it would be really good to eat an Alabama cave shrimp.
I mean, they could be, have neurotoxins for all I know, but
I don't know.
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think if you ate a cave shrimp, it'd be pretty safe because it's only eating stuff from that cave.
Right.
It's not getting exposed to, fucking radium or whatever, unless like there's a
Radium cave.
radium cave. Yeah, unless there's a radium cave right next door.
Or if a secret, a government operated facility is secretly hiding their nuclear waste in the cave.
Yeah, that's true.
Which happens all the time, as television would have you believe.
Or there's a layer in the cave.
A layer?
Like
a
somewhere,
layer.
like a layer.
Yes.
And someone's making like a villain has made their lair in the cave, and
Villain cave. I was thinking of the Bat cave.
Yeah, Bat
famously,
cave, yes.
From Batman.
well, he's the only hero that lives in a cave.
Are there any villains who live in caves?
I think so. I think a lot of villains' lairs are famously in caves or carved into a mountain face.
Where's Skeletor live?
Castle. I don't know. You're asking the wrong
Hey Siri,
guy.
where's Skeletor live?
I
Seems like he might like to be in a cave.
man, I I was not into comic stuff as much.
No! Oh shit! Oh shit! Shut up, Siri! Shut up!
Whoa. Griffin turned on Siri.
I have to go back and bleep that out.
Why?
No reason. I'll explain right now, just in case I forget to do it.
Okay. Awkward. All right. So yeah, there's I don't know what specific villain has
Sure,
a
you
lair
can imagine a villain
in a
like-
cave, but yes, I do. There are Alabama cave shrimp. There are so many cool cave species. I feel like they have been pretty well optimized to live in a cave.
Everything that lives in a cave is optimized exactly for living in that cave.
Yeah, 100%. My cool cave species
Okay.
that I found about one of them was the devil's hole pupfish. Wow. You ever heard of this thing?
Never.
Okay.
There's a lot of devilry, by the way, and devil imagery in cave naming. Like there was like the Devil's Playground was like a part of Wonder Cave,
Yeah.
or maybe it was called there was like Devil's Tooth or some shit. They're always throwing devil in there.
Well, yeah, because it's hell.
Yeah, I know.
You can't be throwing. You can't say God lives in
Well,
a cave.
but then there'd be structures that are like the three wise men.
Oh yeah, and like cathedral. The
Cathedral.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's lots of fun to be had with the names of things and of stalagmites and stalactites.
Yeah, agreed.
Go on, Tom.
The devil's
sorry.
hole pupfish. So this is a type of small fish. It's about the size of a goldfish or even smaller. Like it's like guppy level fish, and it lives in a small cave pool on the eastern side of Death Valley in Nevada.
Whoa.
And it has been around for I think a few thousand years. It was discovered in the 70s, and it almost went extinct in 2016 because two drunk guys
Trunk derangement syndrome.
Trump,
They were-
because of Trump
They were
derangement
just
syndrome.
they were just so fucking irate about the idea of Orange Man bad. They almost
Yeah.
killed themselves
and
off.
unsurprisingly blue, like a
Okay.
blue-haired liberal
Yeah.
fish. You
So they're-
got Trump
you're-
derangement syndrome.
You're telling me you got trans non-binary fish who are trying to kill themselves on account of 2016 Trump in the
in their
east side
safe space,
and in California,
and
no
their-
less.
yeah.
Okay.
And in their safe space, they almost got killed because two drunk guys found the pool and were like, let's take a dip, and they like vomited. They vomited.
Oh,
in the pool.
no.
So they destroyed
Holy shit.
all the gear that monitored. Like,
Damn.
it's pretty clear if you see a picture and they're like, this is the entire habitat.
Oh yeah. You like it's just so obvious you can't go in there.
It's the size of a small swimming pool,
And there's signs, I'm sure, everywhere.
and yeah, there's monitoring equipment that's like, okay, they're clearly doing something. And these guys went in and they were hammered as fuck and left their beer cans and threw up, and it killed almost the entire population.
Oh my God! Do you think that's how humanity is going to go out when the aliens find us and they're drunk on holiday and puke right into the Grand Canyon?
I think yes, in a sense. I think I've been listening to enough alien shit recently where I'd argue that they've already found us
Really?
and maybe aren't choosing to do anything or choosing.
But somehow some of us are aware that they've like some of us can see them a little bit.
I think some people are aware of that.
So they're not perfect at hiding themselves.
No, they make
Interesting.
mistakes. But
Interesting.
I think,
So
I think-
these are bumbling fools of the galaxies.
Well, in the same way, every once in a while, you drive a car for long enough, you're going to get in an accident. I think
It's funny
it's
to
the
think
same thing.
about aliens being making mistakes, being
I think
clumsy. Like,
that's the general vibe.
animal, you see animal, the cats fall over all the time. They do dumb stuff or they get on something that they shouldn't. It slips out. You ever seen a dog trip? Kind of wigs you out a little bit. But now think about that. Maybe the aliens from Independence Day trip and fall, bonk their head, knock themselves out. How come you don't ever see that in the movies? Come on. It's happening.
Yeah.
If there are aliens, there are definitely clumsy aliens, and they're definitely bonking themselves on the head and knocking themselves out.
I think that was part of Men in Black. I think that is a bit in Men in Black.
Oh,
on
yeah.
accident.
You think so?
They definitely had some accidental stuff in Men
There's
in
some
Black.
slapstick in there.
Yeah, there was the Tommy Lee Jones. He met. There's some.
He, like,
B
strangles
story
a
where
pug.
He met his wife or something, and like it was
Yeah.
his wife was like an alien or like took the form. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but it was like those aliens, like it was something that happened on accident. Like
Okay.
the aliens landed on accident, or like the fucking the pug
Yep.
thing landed on accident, or
Yeah. I believe you.
God,
You don't have to figure it
there's
out.
some race in Men in Black. If you know what I'm talking about, please email reallyimportantthinking@gmail.com. Issue a
And now that I'm
correction.
saying this, the cosmic, goofball is kind of I feel like a literary trope.
Yeah,
of some
Hitchhiker's
sort.
Guide to the
Yes,
Galaxy.
yes.
There's a lot of them.
One of my favorite tropes.
The
sorry.
cosmic goofball.
The cosmic goofball.
But yeah, so getting us back to caves, there's a lot of cool species that live in these things. There's an olm. Have you ever heard of this thing?
Yeah. They look like is it like a salamander?
Yeah, it's like a blind salamander. It
They
kinda
look
looks
crazy.
Yeah, they kind of look like an eel.
Yeah.
And they never have any pigment to them because there's no need. They're all blind.
Yeah.
They don't even develop eyes. There's no pigment to
Because there's
them.
no light down there.
No, and they just smell out their food. And I think even olms, it said, can survive like decades without food if they need to.
What?
Because also the thing about caves is like there's not much else in there.
It's just kind of water and dirt.
Yeah, we're
Or
led to
minerals,
believe,
rather.
that there's like stuff living in there, and there's like, but all the stuff is really tiny. All the animals, there's always like, oh, there's a beast that lives in the cave.
Yeah,
when you
right,
actually
rarely.
like get like deeper down, it's really tiny animals, and you're not going to find other shit that lives there.
Bears like to go in caves, at least according to children's literature.
Yeah,
How often are bears going in caves? When they hibernate, I feel like they're just like under a stump or something.
all the time. But famously, Bert Kreischer, Two Bears, One Cave.
Right,
and
right.
Whoever is on the podcast with
Is the
Bert
implication of that they're both gay men?
Kreischer. I don't know.
Is that what's true?
Maybe. I think that they are more of like, oh, we are to hairy men,
I see.
and we got to share the same space.
Got it.
2 bears, 1 cave. What
It's
are you
kind
going
of
to do
funny.
about
It's
it?
funny that they're straight guys, and
Yeah.
but they're using gay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Exactly.
And you can pay money to see this guy on tour.
Yeah, you can pay money and
Holy
watch his
shit.
movies on Netflix.
No, what, movies?
Yeah, he has movies.
Like Adam Sandler level movies.
Yeah, the guy has movies. There are enough people that watch the guy.
Do you know anybody?
I don't.
I actually am thinking now that I was about to say I've never heard of it, but I think my buddy Tim maybe. I think he might like Bert Kreischer.
Anyone who I've heard has gone to see him that likes comedy is like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was thinking about it. We dragged some fellow comedy or wannabe. We gotta refrain. We gotta refrain. I don't want to get in turf wars and fights with Bert Kreischer fans. I don't want to be talking shit about other comedians.
You think Bert Kreischer is going to give us something?
No.
Bert
It's just
Kreischer
a
ain't gonna
bad
give me
vibe.
shit.
It's a bad tone.
I'm not gonna talk shit on, I guess there's
We talked shit on the fucking Subway Takes guy, and I for some reason I was like,
you talked shit on the Subway.
we both did, bitch.
I think it's fine. It's
Okay.
annoying.
Okay, doubling down, fine, sure.
But it's not like bad.
Okay,
It's just annoying because it gets put in your feed all the time.
yeah. I think I said some more things than that.
Yeah, I think you
Okay.
said a lot more. You hate the
fucking
guy.
talentless hack moron.
Whatever. If Bert Kreischer, if I don't get an opportunity because
That's not
Bert
why.
Kreischer,
That's not why I'm saying.
I know it's bad to shit on other comedians. I'm not here about that either. But like someone like Bert Kreischer who has tons of money, we're not gonna agree on much.
Sure. How'd we get off on Bert Kreischer? Oh, because he's a bear
two
in a
bears,
cave.
1 cave.
Do they live in caves? Do they have real bears?
Bears, I think they will go and hibernate
They
in
do
a
hibernate in
fucking
a cave.
hole or in a cave.
Okay, easy does it.
And
A hole is a cave.
well, yeah.
A small cave.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe there's a term for it, an indigene cave.
small cave?
Sorry. Exogene cave is
Is this
like
a
a
little-
basic rock shelter. A shallow cave is an exogene cave. An endogene cave extend further than the opening is wide. So like what most of our citizen soldiers would think of as a cave.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm
Endogene
aligned.
and exogene caves.
I'm back online with
So
caves.
yes, bears, they do go in caves. I think they can go in them to hibernate. I think some ancient species of bear probably live in a cave. When researching caves, they were talking about discovering bones in caves, bones of early hominids. There was a child, one of the first
Oh, the what is it? The
Taung child.
The Taung child.
Where they were like, well, we don't really know much about the child, but we do know he was dragged into a cave by an eagle.
Oh yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you know that? But it's crazy to me that like an eagle was eating. Like, even if it was like not a Homo sapiens child, it still like had to be a pretty big eagle to drag.
And then drag it into a cave. Like, how often are you hearing about birds in our modern day? Are you seeing birds in caves, going into caves much? We don't. This is not something we discuss.
Yeah, if I saw a bird in a cave, I think I might lose my mind.
It might drive me to the point of insanity.
Yeah.
Because it's so outside of the bounds
I
of
might
reality.
find the nearest bottomless pit in the cave and jump into it.
You go, Yahoo!
Yeah.
You do the goofy whale.
Yeah. Pop a couple of cave shrimp and jump in the hole.
That's how you're going on your way out.
Yeah.
Once you see that cave bird.
But yeah, I think there are larger animals that live in caves, but they don't go that far into them.
Yeah. Because it's dark and they're not developed to see or to live without any light.
Well, and when you think about it, there's just not that much food.
Right.
It's like even bats. It's like bats are about the largest animal and they don't even live like
they leave the cave.
Deep inside the cave.
Deep inside the cave. So maybe here's a place for a little bit of optimization, a little bit of growth. Let's get some food grown in those caves. Let's get some food that doesn't require light.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you touching on bringing spices into the cave.
I think powders are the best way. Maybe whey powder.
If we can,
Maybe not whey. I can't do lactate or lactose.
Yeah, but if we can grow minerals in caves,
yes.
if we can develop
Mushrooms?
minerals,
Do mushrooms develop without
yeah.
light? Can
Yeah.
they do that without light? How come we don't? What's going on with those cave mushrooms?
I don't know. I'm
Where
not
they
sure
at?
why mushrooms don't.
Imagine
grow
you
in
went to the
caves.
grocery store and in one of the piles of produce and everything, it usually have, what is it, cremini mushrooms?
Cremini mushrooms, yeah.
mushrooms. You got shiitake mushrooms. You got cave mushroom.
Leah Cremini mushrooms.
Is that a person?
I think she's a Scientologist. One of
Nice.
the people who left Scientology.
Whoa, we're bringing it back.
Leah Remini. Yep, pretty close.
Okay.
Okay, I threw it out and it counts.
It counts. That one counts.
Joke judges.
Joke judges, tally that one up.
It counts.
Cha-ching.
They're giving me the signal.
They're
It
giving you
counts.
They give you the $sign signal, which means
Yep.
it counts.
It counts. I'm earning 75 cents from Instagram for that joke from Apple Podcasts. For Leah Cremini mushrooms.
We're going to if there's a comedy hell, we're going to it. But can you imagine that? It's like a glowing blue cave. Just cave mushroom at all would be
Yeah.
nice. I wonder where those are at. Maybe one of the listeners knows. I'm sure of the type of person who's listening to this podcast. There's got to be one or two people who know about the flora and fauna of caves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once
So
again, not for us to provide the answers,
No.
just ask the questions. Do mushrooms grow in caves?
would love if I could make the question more dangerous. Here, we should. If you see a mushroom in a cave, eat it.
Here's a way to make
That's
that
my
question
advice.
more dangerous. Is
Right.
it moral for mushrooms to grow in a cave?
Tom, you're so good at this. You're so good. I'd say likely immoral. I don't think they ever should have been there.
I think it might be immoral because most mushrooms should be made to be eaten. Mushrooms should grow to be eaten.
And to provide psychedelic experiences to broaden your horizons so that we can evolve into the next version
That's
of ape.
very true. I do think, the more I joke about this, the more I think that mushrooms might need a little bit
of light.
of light.
Well, in video games, there's mushrooms in caves, so
Yeah.
I'm going with that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm flip-flopping. But yeah, it would make it cooler.
Get a little bit of food in there.
If caves had food, that would provide the base level for us to
Be living in them.
be living in them, be habitating them, and provide us the opportunity to flip them for profit.
Here's a cave thought unrelated to anything we're
Okay.
currently discussing.
That's fine.
But it's just one that it excites me. This, I think, has become a theme, or not a theme. What am I trying to say? A trend in maybe the early aughts, maybe longer before this. But the people have concerts in caves
Oh,
in Tennessee. At least there's several venues that they've opened and closed. I've never been to one. I think there was one that like what is it called? The Silver Jews had their last show in some venue. Somebody who listens to this in Nashville is ripping their hair out. I've never gone to that, but there's also like the acoustics in caves are incredible. Lots of echoey, and there's it's particular to that room. There's a room somewhere, I think it was maybe Cumberland Cavern. Maybe that's where the last Silver Jews show was. Cumberland Caverns has a room that has like near recording studio like tone, where like not one surface faces in the right way, so that it's just there's no echo whatsoever,
Wow.
and it just sounds like a recording studio.
Sounds like Detweiler Sound.
Sounds a lot like this room here at Detweiler Sound that the Scientologists outside of. And so here's my thought. What if, let's get this going in Congress, do nothing Congress, abolish above ground recording studios. Recording studios can only be in natural subterranean formations known as caves. This way, think about this reality. Did you hear that new Radiohead album? Oh yeah, it was recorded in the foothills of Tennessee in this one room. The only way the album sounds like that is because they recorded it in this one actual geological, space. Oh well, we go to. You want to go to New Mexico, and they got a big crazy cave, the big cavern. What's the big one in New Mexico? Massive. Carlsbad. Massive, epic tone. You can only get it there. People are flying from around the world. Bono has to fly out over to New Mexico to record his next album. I think it'd be a good source of national pride. Oh, Damn, that's that cave. That's that Tennessee cave sound.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that gets me excited.
Well, and everybody wants to go see to the Vegas Sphere. What about going to the Tennessee cave?
Exactly.
That's how we return back to nature.
Oh, have you guys heard that Washington cave sound? Just outside of Spokane.
Didn't Pink Floyd do a show like around a cave, or am I just thinking of at Pompeii?
You're thinking of Live at Pompeii.
Okay. Yeah, I did read that a lot of caves have wonderful acoustics.
I'm sure people have recorded in caves before. I just think that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
I think recording studio in a cave. Oh my gosh. It sounds the reverb is only in there. Only that one room. Only that one cave.
It would be nice. Would be nice to listen to something in a cave, and then I think I'd say I got to get out of here.
Yeah, you'd freak out.
I'm getting a little claustrophobic.
The one in Tennessee, I've driven by it before. I think I've seen people leaving it before, and that's the part that would make me claustrophobic. Is like, I guess it can't be a fire hazard. It's a fucking cave. There's not much that can catch on fire in a cave. But like just having the people, the traffic, the being traffic blocked to get out of a cave makes me claustrophobic.
Yeah,
I'm in a room with I don't know. I'm gonna guess 300 plus people, maybe 1,000. I don't know how many people fit in this room, and there's no way in or out except for the one spot, and I'm underground, and I'm listening to my favorite artist in the world performing.
Yeah, it's funny to me because you just described what is claustrophobia.
Yeah.
You're saying, it's just being tight among people in a small space with other people.
Well,
That's claustrophobic.
I think I always thought of it as like being like you're being in a cave by myself and experiencing claustrophobia, which I think you probably could, but I would feel it more when I can't turn around because there's people behind me and they won't let me through or whatever.
Yeah, I think the claustrophobia in a cave comes from when you get into the spots. Most caves, it's like most caving is just wedging yourself into spots that are as big as a human being.
Yeah.
And that is where I would get claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I don't get claustrophobic just being in a cave, but where I get claustrophobic is
tighter.
Is having to wedge myself into a like a whole half my size and then being like, yeah, I promise it gets bigger, maybe like 200 yards down. There's a cool room. I'm like, I don't want to see the cool room.
If you can slither for another 200 yards.
Yeah.
The roof is 1 inch above your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a cool room back at my house with a king size bed.
Oh, and if it rains within 27 miles, we might drown.
Yes, exactly. It's like caves, every aspect of caves, which I guess is like something to be optimized, is that every aspect of caves is so dangerous. People
because
are
you can be
always getting
trapped
stuck in them.
They're getting stuck in them.
There's
They're getting
some
caved
like
in.
famous video or famous cave death that happened like within the past 10 or 15 years where like a guy literally, it was a spelunker, to use the correct term.
Yeah, go after this guy. Drag him. He's a spelunker.
A spelunker who is exploring an insane cave in an insane way and like wedged himself in and then could not wedge himself out. And he literally died head down, upside down, stuck like plug, being a human plug.
Damn, he was the plug.
And that to me scares me more than men not being believed.
Is dying upside down in a cave.
Upside down in a cave.
Yeah. I think you died just from being upside down for too long.
Yeah, I think you die from, and then like the more you panic, you just panic. You
probably wriggle a little further.
You wriggle a little, then the blood rushes to your head, and then
God,
you sing a song and say, "Well, at least I sound good."
Sounds incredible down here.
Yeah. You start saying your prayers and hope that,
and then you start singing them.
Yeah. But yeah, every aspect is like so dangerous.
They're dangerous and freaky.
Yes. So that's why it's like the band Radiohead can go down in the cave. I'll listen to the album. I'm not going to a concert in the cave.
I'd love to. I bet it'd be fine. Me saying that I'm fully like experiencing claustrophobia on the interstate sometimes where I'm just like, I can't get out.
Yep.
So who knows? I might freak the fuck out.
Exactly.
But once that concert starts, whoo. And I'm hearing Horse Jumper of Love live in a cavern. Yeah, things will start falling into place for me.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
We've covered cave music. Right. How about cave painting?
Love. Oh, cave painting. Right.
We'd be remiss if we did not talk about cave painting.
Yes, one of the earliest forms of painting.
Yes, and one of the earliest forms of art.
And graffiti. I say get it off there. Rub it, scrub it down.
I say let's get some contemporary art on there.
Oh, do a
And-
Banksy in a cave.
Exactly.
I knew it. Woo! Sound the alarm.
I'm saying let's get a Banksy on Half Dome. Let's get a Banksy in Mammoth Cave.
Yep. Is Half Dome a cave? Or
No,
you're just saying on.
I just said,
Yeah.
you know, I think I've talked about getting a Banksy in a lot of places, and I think getting a Banksy.
I'm trying to think what would be a good Banksy in a cave. Can we just riff on that? Do we have the power among the two of us?
Okay.
What would be a
Here's mine.
You got
Here's
it?
mine.
Okay.
It's a Banksy in a cave. It's the painting. It's a painting of the allegory of the cave.
Okay.
But the illusion
Sure.
is people on their phones.
Oh, it's like a silhouette of a little girl looking at her phone.
Yes, exactly.
And then what's being projected in front of the caveman?
Yes, or here it is. It's
okay.
the caveman. Okay, the prisoners in the
Okay,
allegory
we
of the
see
cave.
them.
We have the prisoners.
Yeah, that's not caveman.
But what they're watching, instead of shadows, it's a phone showing current events.
Right. But then you see But then how do I know that's the allegory of the cave and not just a group of guys sitting in a cave watching a telephone?
Because you're an educated man and you know that
don't
the
I need-
allegory of the cave is prisoners watching
But don't I
a
need the-
projection.
Okay, but
on the wall.
the thing being projected from
Well,
behind
the thing
them?
being project, but you just know that.
Okay, got it.
And then in the back, well,
I'm thinking there's another spot for
yes,
something
there's
going
another
on.
spot,
Yeah.
and in the back it's Zuckerberg. It's
Yes!
Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah, it's
it's
the
Peter Thiel.
Palantir. Yeah, that's it.
It's these
Palantir.
these companies, the CEOs of these companies, and they're the ones.
And what are they? And what's being projected onto the wall is just a cell phone.
It's culture wars, it's current events.
It's culture wars.
It's culture
It's
wars.
what's Alex Jones's
Infowars.
Infowars. It's
Yes.
Infowars. What I was thinking.
That's the Banksy, and that's the Banksy we want to preserve, so that people 50,000 years from now, 100,000 years from now, are looking.
They'll
at
know
that
the levels.
art.
They'll know the levels of satirical art
Yeah.
that we were able to produce.
We put a Banksy in there. We put other great art of our time, like Bored Ape. We put Bored Ape in a
I think we put Bored Ape. We
Bored
put
Ape in
the AI country artist that's racking up millions of spins.
We put Starry Night in a cave.
Starry Night, the painting.
Yeah, that people love Van Gogh.
Oh, sure. You're thinking it's something of the caves are one of the safest places we have to store things.
Exactly.
They're kind of
art.
a perfect. I was going to call it a suicide vault. What am I trying to say?
Time
Doomsday.
capsule.
Doomsday vault.
Okay, yeah.
You go live in to the caves we shall return.
Mm-hmm.
Keep some hidden art in there,
Yeah.
so that the aliens who are hovering just above might come down and look at it and understand who we were before they vomited into the. I said Grand Canyon for some reason. It should be the oceans.
Yeah.
They puked into the ocean, thus exterminating us.
Yes.
And then they find this cave and they think, "Oh my god!" So you're telling me this guy sold a painting that then demolished itself immediately afterwards? My God. We read about this in the blogosphere.
We read about it. He did a big pink elephant.
Who's the guy who does the formaldehyde shark? This fucker, Damien something. He's okay. Never mind. I'm not. We'll do modern art at a later date.
Yeah.
When we have Brad Trammell on the pod,
That would be fun.
that'd be awesome. That's kind of his whole thing, is doing basically this, but about modern art.
Yeah.
and probably whatever internet.
But yeah, I think getting contemporary art.
If you don't know who Brad Trammell is, you should look him up. Find him on Instagram. He's got incredible video essays that are kind of like part cultural criticism.
Yeah.
But he's so smart and so good and incisive. He's cramming a lot of imagery in there. If you watch him, you kind of got to hit pause over and over again. But he's, I'd say, very insightful.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brad Trammell.
Yeah, I do like his stuff, genuinely.
Yes. Sorry. Continue.
But yeah, I think caves are such a great way to preserve art. So if we get some of our art in there, that we could really optimize it.
What art of yours would you like to put in the cave?
Go
on.
I'm trying to think of what good art I've made.
What art of mine would you think like to put in a cave? And I'll try to think of art of yours that I think we should preserve in the cave.
I think I'd put the poem you wrote, "Some Cops Are Good," in the cave.
I didn't write that. My grandfather wrote it. Remember? I found it in my grandfather's diary. No one's going to know what that is unless we read it.
No, but it's no. I think that poem you wrote, I think your short film, Same Car.
Triple
Put that
Car
in the
Guys.
cave.
That's
Triple
not out
Car.
yet.
Yeah, that's not out yet. That's good.
Thank you. I'm trying to think. For you, what do you do? Most of your output is internet videos. That's all I can
we
think
should
of
put
is-
the script of Sports Bar in a cave.
Yeah, you should put. I'd say all the ones and zeros required to recreate Sports Bar on a computer.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Sports Bar, please look up Sports Bar Newport Hounds on
Newport
YouTube.
Hounds on IO.
And join one of maybe 600 views to watch. I'd say one of the best sketches I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you. And yeah, everything's been downhill since then.
There's an early one of your getting angry at corporate exhaustion. I can't. There's so many now; they all blur together. But there was a couple of the early ones that I feel like they still get sent to me.
Yeah.
God damn! Oh, the reorg.
Yep, the reorg.
Is the reorg the one where you start bleeding from the mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one
That's
goes in there.
That's the hit. I think I'd want to put the dice, maybe 100 dice.
A description of how to do the dice.
Yeah,
guy.
I put descriptions of how to reenact some of my best live
Your live one-man
from
show
my one-man
comedy.
show. Yeah.
Okay, we have to, for the listener, we have to describe the dice.
Okay, so my dice bit was I would come on stage as Captain Dice, and I would say
I don't think we've talked about this before.
No. I would come on stage as Captain Dice. I'd say my name is Captain Chance Dice. I'm a dice master, and today I'm going to roll 100 dice all on the same number.
And you'd have a huge jar filled with 100 dice.
I had 100 dice, and I'd say, I'm an American. You can do anything you set your mind to as an American. I'm going to roll. I perfected the art of dice roll. I'm going to roll all 100 dice on the same number, get everyone psyched up. And
did you get like a number from the audience?
No, I say all sixes.
Okay.
I guess I could have gotten more audience involvement by asking people.
Sorry,
I say
man.
all sixes.
Sorry to give you a
and
note.
you build it up for like a minute and a half, and then like you get the whole crowd chanting, "Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance." And here I am rolling, and then I throw all the dice out, and I'm like, you get really excited, and you're like, okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because there are obviously a few sixes.
Everywhere.
They go everywhere, and then like. You start to realize that they're just like not even close to having anything, the number of sixes
just
needed.
Go, fuck!
And you go, fuck, damn it.
Scared the cat.
And you just scream on stage for like another minute. And then I would have someone, the tech guy, play The Scientist by Coldplay.
Uh-huh.
So we'd need to include that in the cave as well. And then I would pick up the phone, my cell phone. I would call my wife in the sketch, and I'd say, "Hey, it's Jim. You were right. I'm sorry."
I forgot about this part.
And then I'd say, "I miss you and the girls so much." And then I'd hang up the phone and I'd say, "I'm coming home." And then I'd hang up the phone and I'd walk out of the theater.
Would people applaud?
Yeah,
I think there's some applause there.
So yeah, I think that would be fun for people to do in the future.
I got to give you 2 notes on this bit
Okay.
from over 10 years ago that you probably haven't done in just as long. A full minute of screaming is insane. A full minute. I would say you got to get to the screaming faster, and you can't scream for 1 full minute.
Yeah.
You got to roll the dice and immediately go, fuck. And I think you got to set up maybe some stakes before you roll it. Like, everything's going to be, I'm going to not only going to do this, but like, whatever. It's going to.
I'm doing this for the Children's Hospital.
Exactly. Oh, fuck.
I'm doing this for all
God.
the kids in the Iowa Children's Hospital.
Yes, exactly.
Like the football
Like
team.
the football team?
The football team at the University of Iowa, the stadium is built by a children's hospital. And so every game at halftime, the whole stadium turns and waves to the children in the children's hospital.
And the children like that? Do they wave back?
Yeah, the children wave
Do they
back.
show
and
us
they
the
show it
children?
on TV? Yeah.
They show us the children?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
It's very sweet, but it's done to the point where you see it enough and you're kind of like,
This
is
a
kinda
charade.
wild.
This is kind of gross.
I don't think it's gross.
Oh,
It
okay.
just becomes one of those things you see so much or you hear about.
Oh, you're dull. You're
Yeah,
numb
you're just
to
kind of like, okay, yeah, we wave to the children. We built.
Okay, let's get back to the game.
Yeah, hey, we got football to play.
Well, should we start wrapping up caves,
Yeah.
Tom?
I think the only thing I have written down that we haven't covered is Cave College. Cave College, a place for men to go to get back to their roots.
Yeah, this is good.
We charge men $20,000 like for half a semester or a semester.
Yeah, the semesters come in halves,
Yeah,
quarters.
we do quarters. It's $20,000
quarterly payments for
yeah.
Cave College.
That's how you know you're getting a good deal.
yeah.
Is you can do quarterly payments.
That's right. That's how you can tell.
And so we get a Cave College, and men can go and they can learn primitive skills. They can learn about the allegory of the cave. We can have men that talk to each other. We can have
Practice
good
walking on their
acoustics.
knuckles.
Walking on their knuckles.
Experience
we can,
perfect acoustics for the first time.
for podcasting.
For
yeah.
podcasting,
we can
yeah.
work. They can workshop podcasts in front of other men before
Yes.
they take them out into the real world.
Yes.
So we have a Cave College.
We have a cave. You can work out in there. You can
Yeah.
There's a gym at the Cave College. You can get sweaty. Caveman sweaty is what it's called.
Yeah, and the bumper sticker is, "What did you go to college in a cave?" And then underneath is another bumper sticker that says, "Why, yes, I did, and I'm a learned man."
It's but it's not sold as it's one big bumper sticker that looks like an over and under separate bumper stickers. But if you when you peel them off, you'll see that they are in fact connected.
Yeah. Yes.
And you need a bumper that's big enough that can support
Yeah.
an over and under situation for the bumper stickers.
Yeah, well, you don't want to be driving a small car.
no.
You want to be
This
driving
is
a big car.
This is for guys who went to Cave College. After all,
you're
we're talking about
making enough money. You're driving a Rivian.
You're driving I was going to say a white Dodge Ram.
Yeah, that too.
Either a Rivian or a white Dodge Ram.
White Dodge Ram, Rivian, Cybertruck,
Oh yeah, Cybertruck's got a lot of room to put some bumper stickers on.
Hummer EV,
Wow, I didn't even know they did that.
Land Rover,
Okay,
big cars,
you know about cars,
big car guys,
Big car
for
guys.
regular cars.
triple car guys. I don't think I have any other cave thoughts written down. I honestly just started getting so hyped on caves. I was ready to say we don't need to even optimize them. They're just already so cool. They're treacherous, for sure, but their pictures of caves are almost universally cool looking. They look like sci-fi to me.
Yeah, I agree.
love them. I love the creatures that are in caves. They're freaky horror show
Yep.
things that I don't know. You don't get to see this kind of stuff. And I love that one of the main unexplored places besides the ocean is caves. We just don't know where all the holes are.
Yeah, we just don't know where all the holes are.
That's the subtitle for caves.
We just don't know where all the holes are. This is a great. Okay, I will end on a couple things. I agree with everything you just said. Caves, we just don't know where all the holes are is so true, because when I was reading about caves, they were like, well, like a funny thing about caves is that we know there are actually more caves documented in like North America, Mexico. And they're like, we know of far more caves in like Europe, North America, etc. And these just happen to be where people do caving recreationally more often.
Yeah.
So they were like, there are more caves because we know about them because, it's like kind of like stupid science.
What are you saying?
It's like, it sounds like they're like, oh, well, we discover more caves here, but they're saying
Here in the United States.
but they're saying we discover more caves in places where people
Do
cave spelunk recreationally.
Yeah, and you're saying
it's
that's
like,
more
duh.
popular in the United States.
And you're like, yeah, no, duh.
But is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Jesus.
Sorry, it's a long-winded way, but it was also written very long-winded.
Yeah.
Windedly. And I'm saying, much like in order to optimize a lot of things, we need to get the Chinese involved. If we get more Chinese caving, the article said that they're like, oh, well, China has over half of the world's exposed limestone. But we don't know of that many. There are proportionally very few caves documented in China.
And you think about China, there's a lot of those guys over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Chinese people living in China.
That's a lot of people available to start spelunking and maybe
Exactly.
level themselves up into full-on caving.
And so I'm saying China could go through a cave renaissance.
Absolutely.
The Chinese cave renaissance.
It's where they're dragging behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're
I agree.
obliterating us in every single other aspect of education, but
They don't know anything about caves. I would love a work study or like exchange program. American caver for a Chinese spelunker. Come over to America, learn all about the caves. Then they can go back to China, apply their knowledge.
Kind of work share program.
Exactly.
An
That's what I was
exchange
trying to say.
program. Perfect.
It's almost exactly what I said at the start of that thought.
A great optimization. But now I said it, and so it becomes
So
my
it's your
thought.
thought, exactly, as is tradition.
Okay. The other thing I wanted to do is I was originally writing a segment where I was going to ask you whether it was a real cave species or something that a cave species that I made up. And I was surprised you didn't write more fictional cave species.
I wish I'd thought of it.
But I did come up with 2 pretty good cave species names.
Okay.
The first one is Margelman's hog-nosed bat.
Margelman's hog-nosed bat.
That's kind of okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
okay.
I believe that. I
and
mean,
then-
Margelman's tells me, I'm gonna sniff that out. As
Here's the other one.
Goof.
The Listerine snail.
Why
pretty
is it
good one.
Listerine?
I thought it would be funny. A Listerine snail. There are a lot of like cave species that are like tooth-nosed or like
Tooth-nosed,
sharp-toothed
yeah.
or like all sort of like description or like Devil's Hole, Alabama cave shrimp. And then there's a bunch of snails too. And I thought a Listerine snail.
Right.
And then like, oh, there's a cave full of Listerine. Naturally occurring Listerine.
And there's Hungman's bat,
Hungman's bat, yeah.
which is the only bat whose penis is longer than its wings.
That's pretty good to invent on the fly.
Can I, because we mentioned it, no one will have any idea what we were talking about with Some Cops Are Good. And I think I gotta close it out with that.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Let me grab it off the fridge because, I keep it on the fridge.
All right, so Griffin, to set the context for this, Griffin wrote this poem. I asked people at my bachelor party, again, getting deeply personal, to write a poem
not that
in which
personal.
we'd share. I know, but I guess I've revealed a lot of like personal life on this podcast. So for my bachelor party, I wanted to recreate a poetry night, a poetry open mic night. So I had everyone write a poem or multiple poems. Some of them could be, all of them were funny. They could be in any style, free verse, whatever. And it was a true joy. And Griffin wrote this poem, which if you, for some reason, I only say this because there is a listener who wrote in saying he was listening to this podcast while his family was in the back of the car. So if you have young children,
we've already probably said so many strange things to show a child.
Okay, here it is.
Well, and also another little bit is that I haven't done it in a while just because I haven't done stand up in a long time, but I was for a little while being like closing out like a stand up set with like, I found this diary that was my grandfather's. He passed away. And we've discovered he was like a brilliant writer, and like every page of this is just like beautiful poetry. It's very personal. So can I real quick, do you guys mind if I close this out by I'm gonna flip to a page and just read a random poem of my grandfather's. They're all really short.
Ooh,
and people are like, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
like,
please.
oh yes. Kind of freaked out.
Finally.
You open up and you go, she pulled me over and started sucking me hard. I didn't have to look long and I didn't have to look far for a good cop in this podunk little town, and I found the best one. Her ass was round. I had the right to remain silent, but I moaned and wailed. I don't know who Miranda is, but she would have paled. In comparison to officer badge number 2607, I don't need to die tonight because I'm already in heaven. That's called Some Cops Are Good.
And if that were preserved in a cave,
People would know.
I think people would know. People would get a little turned on.
They'd get a little horned up.
I think that could preserve humans in the future, or aliens if they,
Right. Maybe after the apocalypse, some human stumbles into this beautiful cave, the allegory of the beautiful cave that we've just described here.
Allegory of the beautiful. Yeah.
And they find the Scream, descriptions on how to do Tom Fell's Dice Guy bit.
Yes.
The ones and zeros required to recreate Tom Fell's early videos
from the sports bar.
And my as yet unreleased short film, Triple Car Guys.
Yes.
And something else of mine, I can't remember what. And then also Some Cops Are Good. And they find this and they remember what it is to be human. They drop the morsel of man flesh from their mouth and they remember, my God, we're not animals.
Yeah.
We're human beings.
And we should reform the police.
There's beauty in this world and we should reform the police.
And not like reform. I'm talking about like...
We should start it again.
Yeah, we should start it again.
That's the first thing they notice.
Because,
that's what this world's missing.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing Mad Max. There's no police in Mad Max. Interesting thought. important thought. You be the judge.
The allegory of the beautiful cave. Art ruled by police.
Well, beautiful thinkers, citizen soldiers, we've done it again. Another week in the bag. It'll take me 4 days to put the. Oh no, I'll put this. This will come out next Sunday. You are
loved. It's welcome to the journey. Welcome to the awakening. You are loved. Nobody thinks like you.
I don't know why I can't ever remember it.
That's okay. That's my job.
Bye-bye.
Really Important Thinking is produced by Griffin Winsler, Tom Fell, and Dr. Chris Chismore. All fact-checking is done by the MIT Institute for Data, Systems, and Society. Really Important Thinking is engineered at the Stanford Institute of Consequential Noise and recorded at Detweiler Sound in humble Tupelo, Mississippi. When I see my baby dancing, I know it's to that Detweiler sound.
Sound mixing by Reed Armband with music by Laser Monster. Tom's costume was provided by Padma Lakshmi with catering provided by Kokomo's Mungo Lounge. Kokomo's, if you can't take her here, you can't take her anywhere.